Hey guys, welcome back. We are on to part 4 now of the CT3 series here with the engine rebuild, and we're at the point now where we're getting ready to put the motor in. So if you watched the last video, you'd seen it's basically just a reassembly of this, and I'm ready to put that back into the frame here. Got this all cleaned up pretty decently, so we're just going to throw it in, and we got an air filter put in, and I also have a carburetor to clean up, so I'm going to do that here real quick, and then we're going to move that motor over, hook all this up, and we'll see if we can get it to fire up. So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to start with the carburetor. Just going to open this up and see what we got working with on the inside here. These tubes are rock hard, real brittle. These are going to break off, so I might as well just snap this one off while I'm at it. Same with this one. There we go. That one broke. All right. Open this up here. By the looks of it, I don't think this thing has run in a long time. So this is either going to be really dry and crusty, or hopefully it was drained. There's nothing in here. Let's see. Nice. That was probably drained before it was parked. There's like nothing in here. No crustiness, no sludge. That's a nice surprise. Kind of weird smell to it. If it was just fogged and parked. Yeah, it looks like the float valve is working. Float looks to be in good shape. So I'll see if I can get that pilot out just to make sure that is not clogged up. Cool. Seems like it's coming out without any issues. It's a tiny pilot there. Looks like the pilot jet is a, if I can get zoomed in on that, 125, or I'm sorry, 25. So we got a 25 for the pilot. Okay, that's open. It looks like a 140 main. I don't know if that's going to pick up on camera. Pretty sure that's a 140. Main is open. Just got to get these holes opened up. Get a piece of wire or something. So I just realized I won't be able to see through it just because they're not identical on both sides. So I'll just make sure they're run a piece of wire through there a little bit more just to make sure it's open. I can see the light coming through here when I shine it onto the sides. I doubt you'll be able to see that on camera, but yeah, right there. So that's opened on that side. Flip it around. Make sure we're looking at the right side with the two. Yeah, so that's open. Just double check these air circuits here. I took the float off with the float valve, and this looks like new stuff. I don't know if that was replaced recently before it was parked, but that looks to be in really good shape. There's no corrosion down there at all. And the float valve itself is in good shape too. It's got still has spring to it, and the tip here looks like it's in pretty decent shape too. It's not a rubber tipped one, but it shouldn't matter. We'll just throw this back together here. Actually, I'm going to leave that open. We're going to spray some more stuff through it just to make sure it's all open. That's good. That's good. Almost forgot the air screw. Let's see how many turns in we are. Get a screwdriver here. Okay, so we got we're only 3/4 of the way out. Let's take that all the way out. Make sure that's opened up. I guess there's no spring on that one. I don't see any washer down there either. Yep. So that's good. That went in a little easier than I thought it would. It's just a matter of putting in the 3 engine bolts, which I got anti-seize ready. They should slip in there pretty easily. Start with that one. So I normally wouldn't do this, but I'm going to actually use the heater hose duct thing that the previous owner used on this, because it actually fit pretty good on there. And the fact that it's not the stock air box, I don't have any options for you know, buying a new piece that's going to fit this straight up. So for now, at least, I'm going to use the homemade ductwork, and we'll see if we can get it to run and everything first before we start trying to make it pretty. I think next I'm going to hook up the ignition and just give it a couple kicks, make sure we still got spark. Just put a little bit of dielectric grease on these connections. Okay, we're going to test for spark. I got the newly made key in the ignition in the on position, and everything's plugged in. So a couple kicks. Let me get this so you can see it. Yep, we got spark. We got spark. Sweet. Since we got spark, I could button up this side, cover up the flywheel. Get the sprocket on here first though. New gasket. Got my new air filter oiled up, ready to go in. Throw that in there next. Next up, we got the freshly painted exhaust to go back on. All right, next up I'm gonna look at the fuel tank here, the petcock in particular. So the lever works. I don't know if it's actually gonna allow fuel to pass through. I can kind of hear, you can hear some stuff inside. So I'm gonna clean out the inside of the tank a little bit. It's not really all that rusty, it's just a little bit of loose debris and you know, probably some scaly rust that maybe came off on there, or even dried up fuel. So let's see. Yeah, it's not really rusty. It's just a light coating of it on there. So I'm gonna pull the petcock off. I'm gonna clean it up and see if we can get whatever's shaking around in there out, and get some good fuel in. Figure I'll just wire brush some of this away and see what we're working with here. Looks like a lot of that is just old fuel, kind of probably leaked out on there and accumulated dirt. I think that's rust. I don't think that can rust. That's just like pot metal, whatever it is that they use. Before I try to take those screws out, I'm just gonna see. Oh, that was loose. Let's see what we got going on in here. It's not really as bad as I thought it'd be. Not clean, but getting some junk coming out of there. It's coming off. Oh yeah, that seal's gone. Oh yeah, real brittle too. So I'm gonna need one of those. You can see here, that would have been leaking fuel like crazy. I don't even think that would have shut off. So petcock's not in bad shape. It's just that one seal, really. I'm gonna look in my. I have a bag of old petcocks that I've taken off of bikes, and I might be able to salvage some parts off of the one and see if I have something that'll fit this. Found this one here, which looks like is the same style petcock. This came off of a, I believe, a DT2, which is, I think, a year older than this. So I'm going to take this apart and see if that little gasket in there is still good enough that I can use that on this one. Oh, nice. Okay, I might be able to use that. Sweet. That worked out good. Yeah, it's not nearly as brittle. Cool. Yeah, you can see this one's got the same openings. And I think it's the same size too. Yeah, that's gonna work. Good deal. I'll get this cleaned up, and we'll get this fitted in there and get the rest of the fuel tank cleaned out. We should be good. These two screws came out without me having to hammer on them at all, so that's good. Ooh. That doesn't look too good. At least we got a good seal on there at least, and screws aren't rusted together. So this is all that came out here. I think that's just dried up fuel. It's not metal. All right, I got the bottom sealed up where the petcock is, and I'm gonna dump some distilled vinegar in there and probably some screws and stuff to shake around a little bit and get whatever scaly stuff is left over. Shake it around a little bit, get the loose stuff off the bottom. All right, so while I got the vinegar soaking in the tank, I'm gonna turn my attention to the rear brake here, which is completely frozen. This arm will not move at all. It took a lot of tapping and wrestling to get this even off the out of the hub. It was stuck in there pretty good. So I'm gonna get the springs out of here. We'll get this cleaned up. Probably replace these shoes. I might even have some extras from previous builds that I never got to put on yet, so I might be able to use those. I'm gonna look and see if they'll fit. But they look like they still got some meat on them, but I'm always afraid of them popping off of the metal there, the older ones. Sometimes you get the shoes that'll pop off, and you don't want that happening when you're going too fast, obviously. So I'm gonna get these off, cleaned up. We'll get the springs out. I'm gonna get this pivot point lubed up and see what we got going on here. It ain't moving at all. Wow, that is frozen on there. Okay, I'll get this out of the way. It's easily the most frozen one I've ever seen. Wow. Okay, I got the pivot point greased up. Just gonna throw this back together real quick. That's how that's supposed to turn. Obviously, I'll clean up some of that excess grease and we should be good to go. All right, this is next day here, and this has been sitting with the distilled vinegar in here for the last 24 hours or so, and I've been shaking it every once in a while. Put those screws in, and now I'm going to dump it out. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I got it drained out and flushed it out with some distilled water and baking soda to keep that vinegar from eating away. But yeah, it did a really good job. So now I'm going to take it out and put some gas in it, slosh it around, dump it out just to get whatever moisture is left over inside there. So I still got to do something with this rubber gasket O-ring on here too, but it can at least hold fuel now. I was able to wrangle the seal back onto the cap here. It is a little bit cracked, so I'm still going to go ahead and order one. But when I put fuel in it and closed it up, it actually held fuel in, so it didn't slosh around and come out. So this will work for now. I'm going to order one still. So it's time to get this back on the bike and get one step closer to trying to fire this up for the first time. Just got to get some new fuel line for it and a fuel filter I'm going to throw in there too, I think. Okay, time to finally put the crankcase oil in. Fingers crossed that my Yamaha Bond seal will hold. And this calls for 750 cc's, which comes out to be about 25.3 ounces, which I have right here already, ready to go. Okay, I got the oil in. I got nothing leaking so far. I know I'm missing a bolt right here for the peg mount. The other side's still fastened. I have a bolt for that. I just got to put it in there yet. But I don't see anything leaking, which is a good thing. So I think it's time we could put gas in it. I got to hook up the fuel line yet, but we'll put some gas in there, and I think it's time to try and fire it up for the first time. Okay, we got the fuel line in place, and I'm just going to dump some gas in. We're going to see what happens. All right, let's see how bad I could smoke my house out. Ignition the on position. Don't have any leaks, that's a good thing. Fuel enrichment, okay. Give it a couple nice easy kicks just to prime it up. Already? Unbelievable. First run. Engine sounds quiet. And it actually idles. Wow. Got a light here. No light. Oh, yeah, we do. Alright, I gotta shut that down. My house is smoking out again. Well, I'm happy with that. Wow. It didn't take many kicks to get that to run, and it actually idled really well too. So I'm gonna try to get this outside and let it warm up more. Maybe take it down the road, make sure it shifts through the gears, and get a couple heat cycles on it. All right, this is the next day. The bike's completely cold. I just kind of let it idle for a while yesterday in the basement, and made some room, got it outside here, trying to get it in before the rain hits. So I'm gonna fire it up, and we're gonna go for a quick little ride down the street just to make sure it shifts. And we're still gonna take it easy, just because it's still in the break-in period here. So I'm gonna go get it fired up now. Here real easy. Alright, first gear, second, third, fourth, go back up here, down in the first again. So good. 3, 4, 5. Yep, I got all gears. Still taking it easy because it's breaking in. We'll go for a quick little jaunt down the road here. Fifth gear, go back down in the first, we're going to turn around and go back here. I'm just giving it like right off idle, very little throttle. I don't want to open up too much, but I can tell she wants to go. Pretty good. I also got to watch, I don't have any front brakes right now. Got the back ones going. And we're supposed to get some rain here, so I wanted to get this video in before it started raining. So, back brake will work for now.
nice runner. Get this real hot, and we're gonna let it cool down again for its second heat cycle. Probably do a couple more. No backfiring, it's nice. Alright. The front tire wants to come up. Wow. This thing is gonna rip. This thing is gonna rip. Alright. Oh, we gotta break it in a little bit more, but I'm happy with that. All right, we are back inside. We beat the rain, and I couldn't be any happier with this bike than I am. It started up stone cold in the first kick, as you saw in the video. That was not pre-warmed up or anything. I just pulled it outside, set up the camera, and gave it a kick. So that's a good sign. It ran really strong for just riding, just cracking open the throttle just above idle, really, just to get it to go down the road a little bit. And I could tell when it hits power band, the front end's coming up real easy. So I wasn't expecting it to have that much power. So I guess the MX head, cylinder and head are to thank for that. So next video, by then I should have this thing broken in. Like I said, I want to do a couple more heat cycles on it. And I got to take that front wheel off. The front brake is hanging up. Like I said, I just wanted to get it out there and go for a quick little ride to make sure it shifted and all that before it rained. And I'll work on it this weekend, get that front wheel off, get the brakes situated, and we should be good to go. And then eventually I'll have it over on my trails. So that's probably going to be the next video, is me riding it on the trails. So stay tuned for that, guys. This one's going to be a real fun one, I can tell. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber, and the bell icon to get alerted. And pretty soon you'll see this thing ripping back on my trails. So we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.